Hey y'all, it's Kitchen Counter Oracle with a post new moon energy check-in for air signs. I apologize in advance for if there's any noise with the vents. As the car, the heat is on full blast and we're trying to get the car to warm up, but I'm having to work quick. And so on down that line. Air signs, this could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, your chart, their chart. And by their chart, I mean that of the cross watcher. You know your story. I don't. Energy is energy. So there's no sense in shooting the messenger. This is a general read. It is not specifically aimed at any old thing. Again, energy is energy, and I'm just rereading the biatch. Okay, get it, got it, good. Disclaimers are going to be in the description box of every video. They are also posted on whatever the description box thingamajig on YouTube, whether you are streaming from your laptop, your phone. I genuinely give no fucks. Moving on. Air signs. We are now in Mercury in retrograde, so a lot of past energies and things are going to come up in the past. Okay? There's 3 specifically. You know what? I think I'm just going to do like channelings for the individual signs because I got shit to do and I just don't have time to figure out how to make this work. Because if I do it the way I'm initially thinking, I'm going to end up having to do 3 different videos because somebody here just don't know how to interpret this shit. And I don't care who it is. Gemini. Somebody here crossed the gun line and they getting their ass whipped right now. If you know something ain't supposed to involve you, yet you tried to make it involve you, you're the cause of the delay. You are the stagnation. You are the blockage. You are the problem. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's somebody else. If something is truly meant to involve you, witchcraft is highly unnecessary. Because I'm getting a lot of witchy vibes from somebody here. And it ain't me. Now the funny thing is, I am a natural blood-born witch. Naturally. Natural born. It is in my veins. White witch, if you want to be technical. And no, I ain't talking skin color. But the thing is, people over the years will say my energy is very gray. That's because somebody here forced my hand in protection work. See, the funny thing is my protection work is not designed to be malicious towards folks. It's designed to protect me at the expense of no one. But if you choose to cross that gun line, that's going to be between you and whatever deity you pray to. Because I know who I pray to. The question is, do you know who you pray to? See, the funny thing is, the wrong person, when you're in a relationship with the wrong person, that person's energy will make you turn ugly. If you are very shapely, you've lost weight, therefore lost a bit of your shape. If you are a little, like if you're reasonably fit and you've lost a bunch of weight, you've now gained that weight back plus 20 more. That type of deal. Somebody here did some energy binding work to bind their spirit to somebody else's, but the problem is their energy is so ugly. It's really wreaked a good bit of havoc on somebody's life. And just because you think you're entitled to be somewhere, it does not mean you're entitled. There's a lot of it, like in addition to witchcraft and or manipulation, energy, there's this really strong, unrealistic sense of entitlement. Somebody ain't the bad bitch they think they are, and so on down that line. And the funny thing is, somebody here thought they were really covering their ass. Somebody here paid for something, but if the person retaliated, it would immediately, like, that protection spell, it was some top-notch shit. I'll give whoever this is credit for that one. That was some top-notch shit, but at the same time, I was still able to clock it. I'm still able to clock it. But the funny thing is spirit teams, God, and all that jazz, they clock in every damn thing you doing. So just because somebody didn't retaliate does not mean they don't know what you're doing. Somebody here could be in communications. And if it's one thing I know about some marketers and stuff like that, they're not entirely honest with how they come up with their content. A lot of times it's taken from people like me. I run a food blog and stuff like that, and I actually had this happen to me, not by one person, but by two groups of people. One actual celebrity, and then one here locally. And my thing is this: I've never made a dime off of any of my content. And the way my spirit team is clocking things, especially my grandmother's, if I don't get to make a dime off of my content, why are you trying to make money off of my shit? See, the thing is, it's not just harvesting a person's energy. Somebody here was literally mimicking the content of another, and they were actually getting paid in some capacity off of that content, off the content they stole. That's a problem. Because the theme going forward is, bitch, better have my motherfucking money. And you know what? Money is energy. Energy is money. So as long as you owe a debt, I don't advise trying to harvest a person's energy in any capacity. And I also advise being your true, authentic self, because when you are mimicking a person to get a person to like you, there's going to be, eventually it's going to become where you lose your sense of self. You lose your sense of self. And I think what's really fucked up, somebody here has used my personality to get women to like them. And that low-key explains why I have women up my ass all the damn time. Ladies, I'm sorry. I just don't. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't. Moving on to Libra. Bye, Gemini. Not your turn anymore. Go away. Libra. Somebody here thought themselves the judge. The judge of judges. And all I know is... Pardon? Who? What? Because I know who the judge of judges is. And I personally answer to the judge of judges. And it ain't you. Somebody here could have a Libra South node. Or a Libra North node. But I'm going to tell you this here, and I'm also getting Virgo Libra Cusper. I don't know what it is about the Virgo and Libra Cuspers, but they just like to think their opinion is supreme. And that's not always the case. Somebody here tried to make a spiritually high-ranking person be submissive to them, and we all know how that goes when you are dealing think they're a boss, and they're not. They think they are the boss, and they're not. I'm also getting a lot about beauty and weight gain spells. So whoever this is, because in the air check-in for the new moon, fire and air signs had a lot of return to sender energy. And my thing is, it doesn't always land on you. It can, but it'll land on people and things around you. You tried to keep a union from coming together out of pure jealousy and envy because it's not you. And if this is the Virgo Libra cusper I'm thinking it is, she's mad because she's not meant to have, like, she's meant to be married. She just doesn't have the wealthiest of husbands, and she's very bitter and jealous about that. What she did was she went schmoozing through people's medical information, financial information. If she can get her hands on it without going to jail, she's going to try it. But the thing is when people's information is accessed inappropriately by law, they have to be notified. And they know this, which is why they intentionally learned where somebody lived so they could intercept the mail. But the thing is, messing with people's mail is a federal offense. So this person has broken a lot of laws, spiritual laws, physical laws, and all that jazz. And it's just, if she hasn't been caught yet, she's about to be. Because if somebody had to fill out a report with the postal service and whatnot, that's going to be on record somewhere, even if it was years ago. Because from my personal experience, I did have to do that. Because during the pandemic, not one of my utility bills was late. Not a single one. And stuff didn't start to get late till 2021. Now, were there some issues at that time frame? Yes, there was. It was all up and down the eastern coast, predominantly like in the Carolinas and whatnot. But the thing is, what I'm seeing this person do was go up to the mailbox, grab like all the contents, packages, everything, get in their car and drive off. They couldn't open the packages without really giving it away. That's what they were doing, like going through everything. But they were looking for something specific, like anything, like from the credit bureaus and stuff like that. Like they were running your credit and everything. Like a soft pull isn't going to show up on your credit report, because if you get enough of those on your report after a certain amount of time, it will lower your score. So if you stalk your score like I do, you would notice that. But at the same time, it's just they were looking for the letter from the agency that is mailed out the minute your stuff is pulled. And the thing is, in hospitals, your badges are your lifeline. Like this was the case when I worked in a hospital. To go in a patient's file, like just to log into the computer to do your charting work and stuff like that, you had to have your badge. But the thing is, employers can track everything down to the keystroke, and everything is electronic now. Like, I'm talking all of it. Like, they don't keep a paper file on you anymore. Like, what bit of mushed tree is in your stuff it's going to be scanned in and then thrown away. But my thing is, when you go this far, you're insane. You are criminally insane. And I know a lot of Virgos, like a shady one, will do some criminal shit. You combine that with a Libra placement, they are extra distorted, baby. Because if you are caught on a HIPAA charge, that is, last time I read, it was $2,500, $2,500 per infraction. And this person is looking at multiple infractions plus jail time. But you know what? It ain't my problem. It ain't my problem. Aquarius, I don't know why. Somebody here is just really stuck in the past. They like to see balance. They like to see order. Everybody getting along. They're the peacekeepers. But the thing is, when you have an Aquarius that feels inadequate, they kind of try to make the people that intimidate them feel incompetent in some way, shape, or form, and it's all out of their insecurities. See, the thing is, because I've been on the receiving end of a few Aquarian placements that have done this, and you know what? We don't speak anymore. We do not speak. And it's their own fault. And I don't know what it is, but I'm getting a lot of Aquarian placements that are not as self-sufficient as they would like to be. They're skilled in a couple of areas, but they're triggered by people who have a jack-of-all-trades portfolio, if you will. Like, one person is good at being a teacher. They're not skilled in corporate America. They might be really good with children, but are triggered by people whose lives are not centered around children. Because I used to work for a pediatric hospital here in my area, and I cannot tell you the number of people who got triggered when I went into the mortgage field. I've been in the mortgage field for practically the last decade, and I cannot tell you how many people got upset about that because my life was no longer centered around children. But the thing is, when your checks are $400 a pay period average, and you got bills to pay, you don't have any room for nonsense. You don't have room for financial emergencies and stuff like that. And I mean, it's just, when you've got property taxes knocking on your door, like it's due by the 31st of every December. Like, you have between October the 1st and December 31st to pay it. And I mean, it's just, when you're a woman with no suitable marriage prospects, a decision has to be made. And I'm just grateful to not have kids in the mix, because there's no way in hell. When it's just you by yourself, you have to figure out a lot by yourself. And I'm talking a lot. It's just me to cut the grass. It's just me to pay the bills. It's just me to buy the food. It's just me to cook the food, and so on down that line. Like, it's just you by yourself. That includes financial income. And it really does make people feel some type of way when you go from struggle to something better in life. It really does trigger folks. Because instead of being inspired to do what is actually best for them and their households, they want you to sit and struggle with them because misery loves company. And another thing I'm going to say before I click off here is no one gives a fuck what you were in high school. They don't care you were a cheerleader. They don't care if you were on the dance team, the star of the football team. No one gives a fuck. They don't. They do not. And on top of that, if you don't know what a person's options were, who are you to say anything about a choice they made? Because my thing is this: the choice wasn't yours to make, but you're mad because you don't benefit from the decision they made. That's really what this is. You're wanting a person to consider X, Y, and Z bullshit that has nothing to do with their life. But you want to be mad because they made a decision to better their life, because it sounds like you're mad at that a person exercised their free will. Like they flexed that muscle, they spread their wings and they flew, and that's why you got mad. The thing is, you chose your life. Your life is going to be a result of the choices you made, right down to who you marry and have kids with. And you're mad because somebody made smarter, sounder decisions. So this may very well be your lacking sense of discernment. It sounds like somebody here is a pick-me. Again, no one cares about high school. No one cares about college. The thing to do would be to leave them alone before you give them the grounds to file a lawsuit. All right? All right.